Hi everyone,
Hey.
how you doing? We're gonna share our post a couple places.
Maybe. Oh. Nope. Yep. Got it. Ah, every time I turn my volume down, and then when I find us, it's right back up.
Oh, that's funny. You're speaking over here on silent, and now we amuse ourselves.
That we do.
That's so funny. Let's see here.
Let us share all the places. Except I
And
can't find my place.
if you find us, if you can share on your page too, or anybody with friends that you have that you think might want to see it, other demonstrators. That would
I
be
can't find
awesome.
my own page. Oh, it's because
Cheri,
it's not a group.
No,
That's
it's
why.
a page. And
So, hi
Here,
Marion.
picture.
Amiibo is the kind of camera that we have. I say we like I own it. It's Tanya's. It's the kind of camera that Tanya has.
it is actually a really cool camera because it like gives you a wide angle, and then when we want you to like see close up, I can just hit a little space here and you can see up close, and then you can also scan back out. It kind of makes you look like you really know what you're doing, although you all know better. So the camera is pretty good to mask a lot of amateurity. Is that a word? I don't think so.
Okay, I think I got
I
it.
think we're ready.
So Susan had to leave because she has a new puppy, and the puppy had to be let out. So
Jax is his name. Little
yes,
cute
and
little
he's
bulldog.
adorable. But he's a baby, and he needs to go out. So we did some business planning, and then she had to scram.
We're excited now that
Bunky.
we've gotten our kind of our holiday mini class, online class, and everything going, or kind of wrapped up. I still do have, if you took our online class, I've got a envelope that's going to be going out in the mail today or tomorrow, and it will have the extra piece for the Christmas tree flip card that will go on the back, so you can finish that. So I haven't forgotten you. Life, it just gets crazy. So
Yep.
I don't think any week we've had this entire month of September.
No, we haven't had a normal week.
And it's been like
Between the three of us, we've had some doozies, as a
been
matter of
to
fact.
Georgia, and we've been to Florida, and we've been to St. Louis, and the hospital.
The hospital on more than one
and
occasion.
A financial planner, and
Yep.
just lots of different things, So we are ready and excited to talk about our Lansing event coming up in November for the OnStage.
It's just a little over a month away. When we first started talking about it, it was like a million weeks away, it seems like, and now it's almost here. But we have 4 great projects planned, and so we were kind of messing with them this morning, and so we know, I think we have at least 3 of them hashed out all the way, and 1 should be hashed out. We're just not.
We need to check with our friends.
So yeah. So you have a little bit more time to register, and we will put all of that registration information on this page and on our private page, which will be over there in a little bit too.
Yeah, we have 3 classes on, is it the 15th of November?
The Friday before OnStage.
Friday before OnStage.
It's the Friday of Center Stage.
Yes. And we have one at 10:30 and then 1:30.
We should have written that down. Yeah, right now there's nobody in the morning session, and so if somebody doesn't sign up for that one soon, then we're going to nix it. And
because
just do
who
the
wants
other
to get
2.
up early, Hey,
yeah.
we could go for breakfast.
Because we feel like everybody must be arriving that day or like later.
I feel like I have to share this. Okay. If we don't have something we have to do on that Friday morning,
we'll be shopping.
We're going to be shopping for some Raid-On.
We're going to hit the home goods.
I am telling you, it just makes me happy to see it around. Cheri and Susan brought me like an entire plethora of
She's decked
Raid-On.
for Thanksgiving.
I really do love this.
I don't know that there's any more Thanksgiving that she could possibly. Oh, you don't have the big platter. Now you really need the big platter.
Yeah,
the one
I
you
saw
said
it
no
yesterday.
to.
I know, I saw it yesterday, and I was like, it's a melamine platter, and it says, "Where's the turkey?" It just cracks
It's
me up.
this big.
And I could say that a lot I could point to a lot of people in my family. Oh, did I say that? Mom, you didn't hear that. Where's the turkey? Okay, this is just a little bunny trail, but when I was in high school, we went to Virginia Beach. We'd go to a lot of like touristy places, and they, you know, all the rage in the early 80s was the t-shirt places, you know. I mean, you can still find them now. Yeah, and then they had all the
walls, and you say, I'll have number 55.
Yes, well, there was one, and it's called, "It's hard to soar like an eagle when you're surrounded by a flock of turkeys." My favorite saying my whole life. I just think it's applicable in so many situations. So I'm
it's
just
a good thing Susan's not here, because we would have to ask if she thinks we're eagles or turkeys. But we did bring her lots of turkey.
I know what
turkey already done, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I digress a lot. So, okay. So
back to Lansing. We have an afternoon and an evening session for sure. And the evening sessions, I think 5:30, they're 2-hour sessions. You're going to make 4 projects. You don't have to bring anything. And we're not doing any cards, and we're not doing anything from the holiday catalog. So it'll be stuff that you can continue to use on past, because I know by the time, this is mid-November, and by the time we all get back from OnStage, it'll be Thanksgiving. And you know, after Thanksgiving, then it's Christmas, and then we'll be using occasions and stuff. So we're going to use stuff from the annual catalog. You know, have the times.
I don't know. Look on the registration page. It's on at cheriscards.com.
Stampin Online.
Stampinonline.com,
and hit the little demonstrator link, and it's on there.
Yeah.
But we will put all of the registration, and it's under the events slot on this page too. That's where you can register
on
at.
Facebook on our page.
So there's a 2-hour session at the Radisson.
Oh no, on that one you don't have to be a demonstrator. So I told somebody that you did have to be a demonstrator. So whoever I told that, I'm sorry, and I stand corrected.
Yep, it's at the Radisson, which is, I think, close to where the where OnStage is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the Radisson.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a room in the event center. Yeah, in the Radisson. Okay. Oh, Susan is going to be so chagrined that she did not stay and keep us on track today. Oh well.
So,
all right.
That is OnStage, and we will do some more about that next week, because I think that the last day to sign up is about a month before, so that is coming up like
October.
Next week.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's the 15th, so.
Oh yeah.
You keep thinking it's a week ahead.
It's because today, the October 8th date was passed around a couple of times. That's in my head.
Yeah. Don't be like us. We somehow we got booked our hotel.
It wasn't our fault. It was the hotel's fault.
I kind of think it was.
Yeah.
Booked.
So,
anyways.
Yes. So we have about 2 more weeks to register, but both of the sessions that we do have people at are getting close to being full. So if you want to come, don't wait,
delay,
because it could be full.
Okay.
So you want to do yours? You do yours,
sure,
because you've got more space,
okay,
and then I'll do mine.
Well, and you can embellish one here.
Yes.
Okay.
I got one for you to do too.
Okay, so what we did, what I introduced at our in-stage is I have a button machine that I kind of adore, and originally we wanted to have some name tags. And so what we did is these are 2 1/4 inch buttons, and we covered them in some of our designer series paper. And this is actually, you can write on them with a Sharpie, and then if you need to, you can take that and take some rubbing alcohol, and it'll come right off. So as we were doing these, we started squealing with delight. And then we decided, oh, well, what about if we did it with some of the Halloween let me go back this way. Sorry, guys. Halloween paper. Look how stinking
There's so much fun.
I mean, really, there was so much fun had while we made these buttons. Okay, but we can't just stop with the plain old button. I mean, no, that's not going to work. So what we did is we got some of our embellishment things out. And which one you want to do? You want to do Halloween, or you want to do...
Well, since I took this button last time, because I think this is me, I'll say that this is my husband, and I'll do that.
Poor Serge.
Yeah, look. Oh, I'm like camera challenged.
Oh, this way. Yeah,
there we go. There's there's me and my hubby.
It is totally you guys. Totally. That is hilarious.
Who do you think this could be? You can say this is Susan darting out of here to go get to her dog.
To feed her dog and to let her dog out.
Her dog Jax.
Okay, so those are super fun with the Google eyes on them. It's really a lot of fun. But also you can use
I never even got those.
Oh yeah,
this is the first time I've even seen them.
Oh, they're super fun. They're really cute. And then and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull it in just a little bit down here and so you guys can see what we're doing.
I should put the skull and bones because that's what my husband's going to think.
Oh yeah.
About me if he knows that I just called him. Well, you know, he's kind of a dapper looking monster. I don't know. He kind of looks
like he's got red hair there. It's like a Patrick wannabe.
It's more like Patrick and Olivia. Are you watching Patrick?
Oh yeah.
It does look like you and Olivia.
That's funny. Maybe we'll hand those out at their wedding. How about that, Olivia? Would you like that? I'm just, oh, it would be right before Halloween too.
Yeah, it would be. It would be kind of cute.
That's funny. All right. So what I did is I've got, like, this is the purple, I don't know what it's called, that paper. It's the silver on one, foil on one side, and then it's got these beautiful purples.
And of course, we don't have a catalog laying here because, you know,
we just didn't do that.
We're just really good demonstrators this week.
Oh my gosh.
It's the, oh, I do know what it's called.
Frost something?
Frosted, yeah.
Frosted, maybe.
Frosted.
Is that it?
Frosted.
Frosted.
Just plain old frosted flakes.
So we realized that you can actually put just little embellishments on these little guys. And
like
they are so much fun. I can't stop doing it, actually.
Oh, the little crows would look cute on this one.
Which one?
I think we need to be a little bit closer to us.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys.
A little bit down.
And then I'm just gonna. So I sold these. We have these for sale. If you want a pack of a particular paper pack, they're $3 a button, and I can send them to you. I think your shipping, I am thinking it's around $3, but I have them. I have some. I will put them on the website or on our Facebook page, and it actually goes to PayPal so that you can pay me through PayPal, and then I'll get them shipped out. Now right now I'm out of buttons, so I ordered them last week and I should be getting them in. Okay, so you can see as I'm building this, I hope you can see the little button, and then you can just keep adding stuff to them. I mean,
because there's never a thing as too much bling.
No, there isn't. And
never.
Then what you do, is that purple?
Yes. It's Purple Posy, which Purple Posy is now back. Yay! Purple. If you don't have your Purple Posy, you can get it. How big of a bling can I have? Oh, here, I was gonna put a bling in my hair. I'll put it on my feather.
It's a pretty big.
Because, you know, I would just like to say, much to my mother's chagrin, this is kind of what I dressed up as my senior year to high school as a call girl. She was not happy. A little bit.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
It still makes the rounds on Facebook thanks around October, thanks to my high school.
Funny.
And, you know, the picture reappears.
You know, I have a girlfriend on in one of my business groups, and she's in a, like, for real, like, showgirl. Oh, like, she does, like, she hand makes the costumes.
Oh, fun.
And it's pretty impressive. I mean, if you're like
this little girl reminds me of the ones at, like, the Disney Hoop-de-Doo review.
Oh, yeah.
You know, last year this time we were getting ready to go to Orlando. Not Lansing. I'd rather go back to Orlando.
Me too.
I mean, you know, we're from the Midwest. Love Michigan, but, you know, if you have to take your pick in November between Orlando or Michigan,
always Orlando.
Always Florida.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Look how cute this is.
Do a big little.
Let me see if I can get it.
Oh, go ahead.
There we go. We set our camera, but it just delayed. So for us to see that it made it, I think it got it.
Okay, so you kind of get the idea. How fun.
Ooh, that's cute.
Isn't this fun? Now, if I were making this, I would do it probably a little bit longer. But the goal of this is to give you guys some fun things to do with your customers, or if you are a customer and you just want to have some buttons, you can order them as well.
Because it's super cute to put on your bag or wear in your jean jacket.
Yeah, it's just a fun little thing.
And I have the crushed curry bag, and so this particular paper looks great on my crushed curry stamp camp director bag.
And you can also, it's a great way to give some samples out of the Stampin' Up products, the ribbon. You can use all the embellishment stuff. I just love it. The
ladies that came to my camp last month, if they spent a certain amount of money, they got a free pen, and I'm going to keep doing that. So last month they got to pick a Halloween pen, and this coming month they'll get to pick a Thanksgiving pen. And they'll be so excited because they stuck them all in their little bag.
Okay, this just took it up a notch. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's pretty.
This just took it up. Like, look how pretty that is. See how pretty the little rhinestones, they just look really pretty, and they stay on really well.
Yeah, none of my things have fallen off, even though I've dragged my bag around everywhere.
Yeah, and if you look on the Facebook page, we actually have, I have made some little embellished 1-inch buttons, and these guys are on, it's actually a zipper pull, but what we've done is we have made them, look at this one's fun, I like this one. Can you see it? Yeah. They're all super fun, just a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of paper. This is all with the silhouette paper, so you get a ton of little fun things. Now each one will be a little bit different. These are $3 a piece, and I'll probably put I'll put these on. That's a Christmassy one. So okay. But what I've done is I've gotten some bone folders, drilled them through, and you can actually order the embellishments for $3, or you can order the bone folders for $13.50, and you can pick your paper, but the embellishments and ribbon are just going to be dependent on what I have in stock. But
they're all beautiful.
Yeah, they all really look cool. And
here's mine. If you follow me on YouTube, you see I use it all the time. So it actually gets used, and they don't get in the way because I use mine all the time.
Yeah, if you have a stamp club and you wanted to give them something special, this would be a fun thing to do. Oh, and you used them actually, just the pens, the little 1-inch, was it 1-inch pens, or was it the bigger ones that they used if they spent $50?
The 1-inch.
If they spent $50 and they could pick out a pen, and you had a great success. They were excited about it. So a little just
and those
fun
ladies
way.
that ordered on my website this month that ordered over a certain amount, some of them had the large pins just popped in their order as a surprise.
Oh, fun!
So
fun
I hope
fun,
they
fun,
liked
fun.
that. Hi, Jenny.
Okay, so that is what I have for you. I hope that even is somewhat inspiring.
Yeah, they're super fun.
We just want you to think outside the box sometimes for
it's kind of
how
like
to use our things.
Along the lines of how our on-stage class will be. Like, they're all out-of-the-box ideas, because obviously it's a non-card class.
And we're kind of out of the box.
Yep. So when you're using all of our stuff on non-cards, you got to think out of the box. But now let's go back to some cards for what I'm going to show you. I started, and it was kind of, you know, sometimes you start a series and you don't know that you started a series. And that's what happened to me last week. So I wanted to use the Yummy Christmas, which is a fun set that's in the holiday catalog. But if you don't know, the dies for this actually are from the cuckoo clock. So you can hear they're all rattling around in here.
That is like the cutest thing ever.
So, like the tree, obviously the same. But the door for the cuckoo clock is the gumdrop in the gingerbread house. I don't know if it's a deer or a moose. I've said both. I think it's a deer. What do you think? Deer or moose?
Moose. I don't know.
It can be either. It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Let it be whatever you want. But that die cuts out the holly, which is clever. The little peppermint piece is the little clock piece. So if you buy the bundle in the annual catalog and get these dies, then you have the dies for this, or if you just want if you buy this and you want the dies and you just need to get the dies. So when I first did the card, I was going to use the gingerbread house, but then I thought, well, I haven't even stamped with the cuckoo clock, even though I bought it. So it's super easy, and it's an interactive card, and I know sometimes people get freaked out by the interactive because they're like, oh, I'm not going to do that because it's hard. It's not hard at all. The die actually cuts a slit here and a slit here, and then it cuts this piece that you just slide up, and then when you push up on it, the little cuckoo guy, which I don't know if I can do it. Is it doing it?
Yeah.
Because I can't see.
Push up and...
Yeah, it does better when you're not holding it in the air.
There you go.
So the
Isn't that
cuckoo
cute?
comes down. So, you know, because every good cuckoo clock needs its cuckoo to come out. So I did this card first. And then you can go from that to the gingerbread.
How cute is that?
So, and I wanted to keep these kind of along the same line. So with this one, it has, I was going for retro with this. So I was kind of thinking Oktoberfest, the retro like German travel posters, you know, back kind of like Howard Johnson days, showing our age. So that was the colors I was going for that. So then I kind of just kept the retro theme going with this. So this one has the wood background, and this one has the brick background, and then I just kind of did same placement. But then on this one, I went with all the things. And I don't know, what are they called? They're not really embellishments. What are they called? The glitter, the puff paint, and the crystal effects. Are they embellishments?
They're just paints.
Yeah, they're just things. Every time I did a video, I'm like,
liquid,
what are they called?
They're liquid embellishments. There you go.
Yeah.
Liquid.
So this one card has them all. So it adds a lot of sparkle. It's a fun card to do. So it just has all the pieces. So did you just
put all the Oh yeah, she just put the puff paint all around all the different things.
Yes, I did. So the puff paint is all of the, like, I was trying to treat it as an actual gingerbread piece. So any place the frosting would be is where I put the puff paint. So it's not really snow, it's the frosting.
Oh, that's really cute.
And then the peppermints for the crystal effect. So then I wanted to take, because this card, you know, is for the special people in your lives. The ones where if you take a half an hour to make their Christmas card, you're not going to do this for everybody. But I do have a piece going where I'm going to make a frame. I just haven't finished it. Because, you know, if you take your kid to see Santa, it would make a cute little frame. And then it warrants the time. But then I wanted to do some that was a little quicker. So this is just the trees out of the set. And this video actually posted today, this tutorial. And it uses, it's really hard to get a picture of this because it's prettier in person than it is in a picture. But it's the mercury glass, and it has the puff paint and the crystal effects. It doesn't have the glitter. But see, it's really hard to, even on this camera, the mercury acetate's really pretty in person, hard to get capture because you can't like see under it on camera. Although I'm getting my new iPhone today, the one with the 3 cameras, and you know, on the commercial it swears to me that it's going to take the most beautiful pictures in the whole wide world. So we'll see. So I'm going to show you how to use the puff paint in just a second as we color this tree. And then the video that's going to post tomorrow, I went more traditional Christmas colors, and then this one uses the holly or the deer, and it also, I did the inside of it too.
I love your bows. Your bows. Cheri has a lovely fluffy bow method that is just adorable.
Yeah, and I did this one because these bows will flatten in an envelope and then they puff back up. But neither of these two cards take nearly as much time. This is a gingerbread house. And when I did this, the tree card, I kind of explained to you, if you're going to make multiples of a Christmas card, how to do it in steps. And like which steps would also be good for your husband to help. Because, you know, if your husband's not going to help, then you go buy his side of the family with really cheap Christmas cards, and that's what they get. Unless if he wants to help while he's watching golf or watching the racing, then I tell you which parts would be perfect for him to do.
She's not talking to anyone in particular, so.
So my husband actually doesn't mind doing any of the cutting. So let me show you, if you've not used the puff paint, especially if you've not used the puff paint now, but you've used it in the past because you thought, well, I used the puff paint 15 years ago when Stampin' Up! Had puff paint, because today's puff paint is not yesterday's puff paint.
Okay.
So we are going to color I picked some new colors for our tree, so let's color our trees.
By the way, I've got the new
grid paper. I don't have it yet.
It's really pretty. It's green on one side and red. It's lovely.
Oh, it's double. I can do them.
That's pretty.
So I picked peacock, pineapple. I think this is pineapple. Yep.
And
is it mambo?
A lovely lipstick.
Lipstick. We're gonna go for some more non-traditional colors.
So I'm just gonna paint it?
Yeah, let's just color them in.
I'm gonna have a pink tree. I love the blends.
Yes, and on the holly card that's gonna post, well, it's all filmed and it's ready to post tomorrow, but I have a tiny little surgery tomorrow, so maybe it'll post, maybe not. Maybe it'll be there on Wednesday. But on that one, I have a lot of people ask me why I use blends instead of markers. And so in that one, I explain why. Because in that one, I had to use markers because those, I don't know what they're called, the green and red wall embellishments. I don't know what they're called. They're from the Toile collection. And that has a garden green, and we don't have a garden green blend. And I tried to make it work with Old Olive, but you know, when you're used to matchy, it didn't match. So I did color those with Stampin' Right markers, and they don't color as pretty. And I could have watercolored with it, but by then I was really married to this retro look. So just personal preference, I couldn't watercolor with it. So I do show you how to use your Stampin' Right so you can get the best colored look that you can. We didn't bring anything to color our
I'm just making yours yellow.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll do mine pink.
I mean,
I don't have anything for the trunk, so we're gonna have some really festive.
I like it.
This is like, you know, what were those things called where they circled the tree?
Yeah,
those little rainbow thingies. We need somebody who had a rainbow thingy that went underneath your tree.
What are they called?
So we've got this colored.
Oh, here's mine.
Okay, so now we're gonna put the paint on, the puff paint.
Here's mine. Sorry.
I don't know if you can see us. First, you need to shake it. Shake, 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 shake. And you do need to shake it with the lid on, because somebody at my camp shook it with the lid off.
Uh-oh.
And let's just say it's not yesterday's puff paint, because that old puff paint we had, like, it was stiff. If you shake this without the lid off, then all of your neighbors, all of their cards will have a little bit of snow on their cards, because it goes, you can hear it. It's like water. And then I got another one because I thought maybe sometimes you're like, oh, maybe something's wrong with mine. They're all like this.
That's so funny.
First thing, when you take the lid off, and it's hard to get off. There we go. Don't tilt it right over your project, because the first little tilt, you get a lot. And when it puffs on something like this small, that first little puff, it could cover up your whole project. So just do it to the side.
Here, I'm gonna go in here.
So you can kind of see how much right there.
Oh wow, that is a lot.
It already came out, and I'm probably gonna have to do it again. So what I've done is like pulled it over here, and then I don't squeeze ever. And you barely just.
Oh dang, that's
like it just runs out on its own. Wow. And this is another reason you want to use the blends, because you know our markers can run.
I think I could actually just use this.
In the video that I do, I think it's with the hollies. No, they don't have puff paint. It must be with the trees. Yeah, it's when I do put the Christmas on. I also stuck my eye on with it, so it's like a little bit of paint. Then, if you have time, like if you're gonna do a whole bunch of them, I'm talking like you can see me, and now I look at the camera. I'm not in the camera. You can let it dry a little bit like this. Okay. I think it works actually better if you let it sit and like this for a minute.
Okay.
Because it's so runny, and you know our heat gun, well, it doesn't push a lot of air. It does have a little bit of air. Mm-hmm. And so if you put it on right now, then it does have a tendency to move it, especially if you put a whole lot. So just let it sit just for a minute, but we're not going to because, you know, I'm impatient. But just be forewarned.
You'll see what happens if you don't let it sit.
Just be forewarned that if you have a ton, like there's more here than there is here, that it will move, because it's like, it's almost like water.
Oh yeah, see, I just shook it and it just moved.
And then just
see that.
Just hold it straight over, like straight over, not at an angle, so it's not moving. And it will burn, and you don't want it to look like the dogs got to your snow.
Yeah, that would be bad.
So just as soon as it puffs, move on. You don't want it to keep heating.
Oh, yeah.
But the direction of straight down.
Here, I'm going to do that big blob over there just to show them what it looks like.
The direction of straight down does better than sideways, because the sideways blows it. And if you've gone to the
ooh, yeah,
like when you
burned a little bit on that one.
You could burn it and make some yellow snow.
Yeah, there you go.
So there you go. It's super cute. It's just taking a minute to like mess with it before you have your final project, because how many times do we make how many times do we make a whole project?
Can you see the how it
Oh, there,
Tanya, stop moving your hand, Tanya. I'm sorry, guys, that I did that. That just makes me crazy. I don't think you can see.
There it goes. We'll take some pictures too, and we'll put it on the website.
Yeah.
But how many times do you make a whole project? Literally, I've seen people do it. The whole thing, and then the very last step, you mess it up because you use something brand new that you've never used before. So don't do that. Yeah. If you've never used this before, then try it on something practice before you smuck it on your card.
Crooked. Sorry.
I thought it wasn't on. Because it is fun. That looks super cute. That looks very Dr. Seuss. It does the Dr. Seuss. With a Grinch card.
Yep.
Because it's fun. And it's great on this particular tree. And it dries hard. It's already hard.
Yeah, I mean, you can...
I mean, once it's all the way cool, then it's rock solid hard. Like if you touch those over there. So it just takes a minute for it to...
Yeah. Now, did you put glitter on it before or after you heated it?
There's no glitter on the snow. I put the glitter on...
The trees?
Yeah, the glitter's just on the... No, there's no glitter.
There's some glitter on there. Isn't there glitter?
Oh, yeah, there is. I put the crystal effects and then the glitter.
Okay.
And any glitter that stuck, just stuck because it did.
Just because it...
But it was, I didn't stick it to it
so much fun. Have you guys used any of the mercury glass stuff? Mercury glass paper, I guess. I love that stuff. It's beautiful. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? Or I see Matt is on here. Hi, Matt. And I see William joined. Hi, William. That's my neighbor. This is what your crazy friend neighbor lady does during the day.
It's always a party over here.
It is, it is. Do you guys have any questions or anything?
Yeah, we don't have any questions. Yeah, it's harder now that the planning place has the rule that you can't share live videos. It would help us a lot if you guys could share them, especially on your Stampin' Up pages.
Yep.
Or just your friend pages.
And if you have any questions about Lansing, just let us know. Post them in the comments section below, and we can get you all that information. It is on the event page in the Facebook group, and it's also at Cheri's Cards, stampinonline.com. So you can find the actual details there. And if you have any more questions, just let us know, and we'll talk to you later.
And for those of you that are part of just the Demonstrator group, we'll be over there in a few minutes.
Yep.
So,
see you later, guys.
Bye.